fun.
Just ahead from your hometown news leader, the task of repairing a life-saving levee begins. It's one step in lives being put back together after a devastating flood. It took a number of years and a lot of work, but a Wiregrass man is finally honored. Find out what for. And there's hope now that they may get back off the ground again. The madness continues in college basketball. Al Roberts gets you caught up on the NCAA tournament. And Gary has your weekend AccuWeather forecast. Stay with us. Your Friday edition of Your First News at 5 is next.
Shoney's Breakfast Bar has everything you need to make breakfast your way. Great choices, great Shoney's price. Let's eat.
The Martin family was proud of their big colonial home. But with their big mortgage, they found themselves living in the wide open spaces. Sound like you? During Rhodes March sale, you can furnish your home in style with no payments and no interest for a full year. Why wait? Because who needs a home where the buffalo roam?
Ann and I and Dothan Chrysler Plymouth Dodge thank you for 10 wonderful years.
WTVY TV, your hometown news leader. From your hometown news leader, WTVY's First News at 5.
Work has begun to repair a levee that broke Sunday, allowing floodwaters to force thousands from their homes and businesses. The flood of '98 continues to be your lead story this Friday, March 13th, 1998. Hello, everyone. I'm Reginald Jones. Thank you for joining us for your First News at 5. While South Alabama begins to dry out, residents of northern Florida are tonight bracing for the worst. Millions of gallons of floodwater is heading south. Tony Shaw has details.
Floodwaters edge ever so closely to Don Minshew's front door. He expects water to start flowing into his living room at around noon tomorrow.
You don't realize the impact of this rise in water and backwater until you sit here and literally watch it come up inch by inch to the house.
For residents of Wewahitchka, flooding is an all too familiar sight. It's the second time in just 4 years this tiny community has been hammered with a major flood. The '94 flood forced about 600 people from their homes. The projections this time around are even more grim.
It appears that there will be more damage, more homes flooded than there were in 1994.
Upriver at Blountstown, more devastation. Water from the Apalachicola River is 4 feet high on some homes.
It's a shame, you know, such beautiful homes and property and destroyed. It's not a good feeling.
Some have sandbagged their homes and are pumping water around the clock. Others, like Don Minshew, are keeping an eye to the sky, praying there'll be no more rain.
You can't stop it, so you just got to accept it, and then when it's all over, do what you've got to do and get on with the rest of your life.
Tony Shaw, WTVY News, Wewahitchka, Florida.
Now, Gulf County has received a presidential declaration for individual assistance. Meanwhile, the Gulf County Emergency Management Agency has set up a relief center for flood victims. Anyone needing food, water, ice, or blankets can go to the Wewahitchka Community Center. It's located at 314 North 3rd Street. Water is also being made available. Those whose homes are flooded or damaged should report that to the Gulf County Emergency Management Agency. The number is there on your screen, 229-9110 or 639-5068. Back in Alabama last night, hundreds of Elba residents and business owners gathered to discuss whether they should remain inside the levee or move. Today, everyone was busy cleaning up after the flood of '98. Elba Mayor James Grimes says he believes the majority of homeowners and businesses will elect to remain inside the levee. However, most say it's too early to make that decision.
I'm tired of it. If I go back into business, I will go back into business on higher ground.
In 90, I lost 2 businesses. In 94, my son lost everything he's got. I've lost everything this time, but I'm going to come back one more time for the people available.
Elba officials say work on the broken levee continues. They also say if local residents continue to live and work inside the levee, it should go under major repairs. A disaster recovery center for flood victims in 6 Alabama counties opens this weekend. Now, the center is located at the old National Guard Armory on Highway 189 in Elba. It opens tomorrow. It will be open daily from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. The center will be staffed by federal, state, and volunteer workers who will answer questions for people who have already registered for federal disaster relief. In addition to that, the Alabama's Emergency Management Agency has set up a disaster helpline for flood victims. If you have questions about the type of relief that's available and any other questions regarding your losses, you can call 1-800-525-0321, or for the speech and hearing impaired, 1-800-660-8005. A number of organizations is collecting relief supplies for flood victims, including the Dothan Jaycees. Now, the group has set up a collection point at the Holiday Inn South right here in Dothan. Wayne May is there now and joins us live. Wayne, how are collections coming along there?
Well, actually, Reg, it's going kind of slow at this point, but hopefully that will change. With me this afternoon is Tracy Tidwell. He heads up the Dothan Jaycees, but he's also in charge of community development as vice president for the entire state of Alabama. This is really a statewide effort for the Jaycees across Alabama. Tell us about that.
The Alabama Jaycees adopted a disaster relief program in '94 after the flood. So we have all the chapters throughout the state gathering items. I'll meet them in Clanton this weekend to pick up what they have donated.
Okay, now if you can't make it all the way to Dothan, there's also a relief, a collection point rather in Enterprise. Tell us about that.
The Enterprise Jaycees have a relief site next to China Gate Restaurant, a large warehouse on the 84 bypass.
All right, and what sort of items are we looking for?
The number one priority right now is brooms and mops and cleaning supplies. They also need personal hygiene items as well as paper products.
All right, thank you very much, Tracy. Right now, we only have a few items in this truck. We'll be here until 6. We don't want to let the people in Elba down. Let's show them that the people in Dothan really care about them. See how much stuff we can get in this truck over the course of the next hour or so. And we'll update you on the 6 o'clock report. Reg, back to you.
Okay, Wayne. Once again, what time does do they start taking donations in the morning?
They'll take donations from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. tomorrow. We're right out in front of the Holiday Inn West on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan, Holiday Inn South, I'm sorry, on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan. You can't miss this big yellow truck.
Okay, all right, thanks a lot. Wayne May reporting live. Well, there are still a number of roads that remain closed tonight because of flood damage. Here's a look at the latest list we received from area highway departments. They're working furiously in Albany, Georgia to finish a mile-long levee. Officials hope the waist-high wall of dirt and sandbags will save the downtown from a final surge by the Flint River. The river has already forced 11,000 people out of the Albany area. It's fallen slightly in recent days, but it's expected to rise again by tomorrow, cresting at about 17 feet above flood stage. The assistant city manager says so far the flooding has damaged at least 441 homes and 11 businesses. And Gary, I talked to my mom just this morning, and she said things are pretty hectic over there.
Oh, I bet they are.
Yeah.
A lot of damage. I didn't realize there were that many homes involved in that. 441 homes?
441 homes so far. So far, and the river hasn't crested yet.
Yeah. Well, let's hope everything turns out all right.
Let's hope so.
Well, you have a nice weekend for cleanup. That's not a nice thing to say, I guess, but for those people who have to clean up, we'll have nice sunny weather tomorrow and some pretty pleasant temperatures.
Good.
Let's take a look at current conditions. Right now, 54 degrees, clear skies, the dew point 21, humidity 25%, pressure steady 30.38, west winds 7 miles per hour. Today's high 55, last night's low cool 26. No rain, sunrise and sunset times right there for tomorrow. And I do want to mention, too, that the Op Rattlesnake Rodeo will take place this weekend. It was scheduled for last weekend. It was postponed, but all the activities and festivities take place this weekend over at Op, and we want to encourage you to participate.
Okay.
And we'll have the rest of the forecast later.
We'll look forward to it.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Well, if you don't want to go to the Rattlesnake Roundup, there are other things that your family can do this weekend. We've got a suggestion. That's coming up on your first news at 5. And a Wiregrass man finally is honored for his bravery over 5 decades ago. His story when we come back. Stay with us.
Where do you go when you really want shrimp?
Captain D's, please.
Our new shrimp pleasers are really tempting.
Captain D's, please.
3 great meals from just $3.99. Dive into a bite-sized shrimp pleaser or our new shrimp combo.
Yes, please.
Need more inspiration? Try our new shrimp scampi, rich with buttery garlic sauce and Parmesan. Try all 3 and you'll say,
Thank you.
Captain D's, please.
Well, the South loves trucks, it's all there is to it. For work or play, just get out and do it.
The truck stop of the new South.
The new Dodge.
During the National Dodge Truck Sale, you can lease this Ram for just $199 a month, complete with a Magnum V6, two-tone paint, chrome wheels, and more. Or you can buy one for around $17,200, which means this Ram is sure to go fast.
The truck stop of the new South. The truck stop of the new South.
The new Dodge.
Carpet Discount Barn is ready to save you money with super low prices. Just look at all these great prices. 60-ounce Saxony carpet, only $11.95 a square yard. Commercial indoor-outdoor carpet for a low $3.95 a square yard. Choose from many types of vinyl from $3.99 and up. 15-foot Berber carpet in stock now for $9.95 a square yard. Right now, you'll get more carpet for your money, plus expert installation. For quality carpet at reasonable prices, come shop the Carpet Discount Barn, 300 Plant Street, Dothan.
What's the reason you never wear anything new? Money. What's the reason you never go on vacation? Money. What's the reason you're still driving that old car?
Money, money, money.
It's all about money. That's why your Chevy dealers want to give you a break when you need it most. Now. In March, it's easy to get a new car or truck like the rugged Chevy S10 for just $169 a month and no down payment. With deals like this, now's the time to see your Southern Chevy dealer. Money, money, money. And don't bring much money. You won't need it.
Get online with WTVY TV at www.wtvy.com for the latest in news and entertainment from WTVY TV and CBS. Web services provided by Snow Hill Internet Services.
Well, during wartime, ordinary men are called on to perform heroic feats. Today, a Dothan man was honored for his bravery against the Japanese almost 53 years ago. Arthur Vic Hodges received the Silver Star from Congressman Terry Everett. Everett described how Hodges single-handedly attacked a heavily defended hill, taking out Japanese positions that had his unit pinned down. Hodges received 5 medals in 1945, but was never presented the Silver Star he earned for his extraordinary bravery. Hodges cheerfully recalled how only 2 members of his unit survived.
Got killed or wounded in the alley. When I left there to come home, there were only a couple there, and they had been wounded.
Family friend Fred Hardwick and State Representative Stephen Klaus helped to make sure that Hodges got today's medals, and we congratulate him. Well, financier Carl Icahn wants to get Pan Am out of bankruptcy. The airline says Icahn has offered a $43 million buyout plan. Pan Am says flights could resume in about a month if a judge approves the offer. The carrier hopes to operate a fleet of 7 to 10 737 jets with 800 employees. Now, that's down from 14 jets 2 weeks ago. There's no word on how many employees would be retained, but Pan Am's employees would be given preferential hiring when flights resume. The stock market fell back today on Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 57 points to finish the week at 8,602. About 600 million shares traded. The NASDAQ Composite was up over 7.5 points. The S&P 500 was down a point. Here's some other closings for you.
The stock report has been furnished by Dean Witter, where they measure success one investor at a time.
Musical classic, and it's made its comeback. We'll have a sneak peek ahead on your first news at 5. And like the musical classic, there's a weekend Wiregrass event designed with your family in mind. We'll tell you all about it next.
When disaster is in the air, you can count on things getting rough. And you can count on the Army National Guard. Often the Guard is first on the scene, saving lives and restoring hope. Guard members train 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. So if you've ever wished you could help, you can. Call 1-800-GO-GUARD, because the community you save may be your own.
In the Army National Guard, you can.
Hey, looks like there's a new blue mower across the street. Everybody's finding out how a Dixon ZTR can cut your mowing time in half. Just look how easy it turns. Dixon's zero turning radius makes it so simple to maneuver, you look forward to mowing. But they're easy to buy, too, with Dixon Blue Line credit. 6 months, same as cash. Less time mowing, more time for the important things. I guess great minds do think alike.
Cut your mowing time in half with the True Blue ZTR, Dixon ZTR mower.
The name is Fleetwood, but what's in a name?
F is for fireplaces, attractive in the summer, warm in the winter.
L is for luxurious tub that soak away stress.
EE is for extra features. Here are just a few.
T is for trust earned with every sale. W is for the 5-year warranty, the industry's best.
OO is for the one and only Watson Homes. D is for Dove in our home, and Deal's our commitment. That's Watson Homes, Highway 231 North.
Shoney's Breakfast Bar has everything you need to make breakfast your way. Great choices, great Shoney's price. Let's eat.
Broccoli, beets, and Brussels sprouts. Those are among the veggies that many of your kids don't like. And you may try to coax them into eating health foods, but to no avail. But there's a new interactive tool that's showing kids what they should eat other than junk food. Jill Davis takes us inside the giant food guide pyramid.
Typically, kids love Twinkies and loathe turnips.
Called a leafy vegetable.
But in this food pyramid, students are learning about the 4 food groups.
A lot of people today are just grabbing quick meals, and it's important to grab, it would be very important to grab a banana than a Snicker bar.
I don't like broccoli. Matthew Daniels says his mom only makes him taste everything, and if he doesn't like it, he doesn't have to eat it.
I'm going to try to eat some more so I can have strong bones and I can be good in sports.
Traveling around the world.
Learning where food comes from makes eating healthy an adventure.
Instead of eating chips and candy and junk food, to eat something healthy like fruit or vegetables.
When I asked for a candy bar one day, they said you don't need to eat much candy.
After this nutrition lesson, Brittany says she still doesn't like string beans, but...
Yeah, I'm going to try a little bit harder and not eat much candy.
Alabama's Department of Education knows you've got to entertain kids with songs, colors, and activities to teach them about living a healthy lifestyle. Jill Davis, WTVY News.
So if your kids are turning up their noses to healthy foods, you might just want to stop by the Wiregrass Family Fair. It's being held tonight and tomorrow at the Houston County Farm Center, and it's absolutely free. A home and garden show, the food pyramid, and even a performance by Dr. Maya Angelou is on tomorrow morning. Well, some first graders are getting a running start on a lifetime of reading enjoyment. It's called RIF. Reading is fundamental. Now, the benefits of the program is the focus of today's For Our Kids. Here's Teresa Thomas.
I want to go first, Henry. You got to wear the blue dress, so I get to go first, May.
The Run and Start reading program began in February and will end April 22nd. These first graders are required to read a certain number of books to meet the challenge.
Well, this is a national program where they ask each child to read 21 books, and the meaning of 21 books is because we're getting them ready for the 21st century.
Morgan says her students are benefiting in more ways than one in this reading program.
This incorporates reading with enjoyment and fun and lets them know that reading is a part of their life. It's a lifelong thing that they can do, and it gets parents and adults involved with the children's reading.
My favorite book is The Cat in the Hat Comes Back because it rhymes. My favorite book is Splat, and it's It's the best book, almost the best book in the library. It's about a girl and she meets a boy and they both have splats.
First graders who meet the challenge will get to choose a book to take home and keep. This will also let students know they are honored for their achievement. For iKids, Teresa Thomas, WTVY News.
Now, the RIF program is funded annually by Chrysler Corporation grants. The company wants to make sure your kids are getting a running start on reading. What are some of your favorite things? We may just have one of them later on your First News at 5. And the March Madness continues. Al Roberts is in next with scores and highlights. Stay with us.
We used to go out, you know.
Yeah. What happened?
Need a smile?
Hi, Domino's.
Order any pizza and you get a choice of classic hand-tossed, crunchy, thin crust, or ultimate deep dish. Domino's, delivering 1 million smiles a day.
Oh, yeah. We still know how to party.
It's Domino's Mega Deal. Get any medium pizza with any number of toppings for just $8.99. That's right, just $8.99. Or make it a large for only $1 more. Call now.
Spring is a time for new beginnings. This season, why not make yours in a 1998 Town Car at the Lincoln Spring Sales Event. This March, lease Town Car for only $4.99 a month for 27 months. New style, improved performance, full-size comfort, all for just $4.99 a month for 27 months. This offer ends soon, so see your Lincoln dealer today. The 1998 Town Car from Lincoln. What a luxury car should be.
I get the little problems. We have a lost child in customer service. If we said we had porcelain, we should have porcelain. I get the big problems.
I ordered 10 doors, none of them fit.
None? I get all the problems.
But you'll just have to handle it.
I get headaches.
For tough headache pain, you need fast-acting Goody's headache powder with the power of not one, but 2 pain relievers for extra strength relief you can count on.
I take Goodies, and their problems are no problem. Let me check the stock.
Goody's powder, it gets the job done.
Yeah, what's up, Doc? We're having our open house March 27th and 28th here at the Autumn Boat Clinic. I'll be like Bob Barker. The price will be right. So let's make a deal on a Suzuki outboard. With Suzuki's, you can repower with 0 down, 9.9% interest with approved credit, and qualify for the Gimme Cash program and get up to $500 cash back. Come in and check out all our new Suzukis and register for our GPS to be given away on the 28th. And remember, a Daddy Doc deal is a real deal.
The Maaco Supreme Paint Sale is on now. Our Supreme Paint service is now twice as good at half the price. Come to your local Maaco and get a $450 Supreme package for only $225. The Maaco Paint Sale. So if you want your car painted for half price, say, uh-oh, better get Maaco.
Good evening, everyone. Second seed Kentucky is in the second round of the NCAA South Regional. The Wildcats powered past South Carolina State 82-67. Nazar Mohammed led the Cats to their 30th victory with 18 points. Kentucky's front line outscored South Carolina State's front line 57-8. The Cats pulled away in the final 10 minutes of the first half to take a 43-28 lead into the locker room. The 15th seeded Bulldogs never threatened the lead in the second half. Roderick Blakeney had 23 points and Tyler Brown had 22 for South Carolina State, which ends its season at 22-8. Also today, Valparaiso, I should say, has provided the best moment of the NCAA tournament so far. The 13th seeded Crusaders executed a marvelous length of the court highlight play to set up Bryce Drew for a game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer. They nipped fourth-seeded Mississippi 70-69 to the Midwest Regional. Mississippi's Ansu Cisse missed 2 free throws with 4.3 seconds left, and the rebound after his second miss was knocked out of bounds. That left Valparaiso with 2.5 seconds to go in the length of the court. Jamie Sykes threw the strike past midcourt to Bill Jenkins, who caught the ball, flipped it to Drew's hands. Drew, the son of Valpo coach Homer Drew, then drilled that three-pointer as time ran out, and Valparaiso was the winner. Now, getting back to some more scores in the South, Marius Janulis cashed in on a second chance for Syracuse. His three-pointer with 1 second left pushed fifth-seeded Syracuse past 12-seed Iona 63-61. St. Louis freshman Larry Hughes outscored Massachusetts 9-2 over the final 5 minutes, and the 10th-seeded Billikens beat the 7th-seed Minutemen 51-46. New Mexico easily got by Butler 79-62. 11th-seed Western Michigan knocked off 6th-seed Clemson 75-72 in the Midwest. Rashad Johnson hit 8 3-pointers, converted one of them into a 4-point play with a minute and a half left. He added another 3-pointer in the game's final minute. Stanford held off the College of Charleston 67-57, and Florida State, seeded 12th, knocked off number 5 Texas Christian 96-87. And that's your sports.
Where do you go when you really want shrimp?
To Captain D's for our new shrimp pleasers. 3 great meals from just $3.99, including our new shrimp scampi.
Thank you.
Captain D's, please.
What if your child gets sick at 2 in the morning? Well, every Harco is now a Rite Aid drugstore, which means you can talk to a pharmacist day or night just by calling 1-800-RITE-AID or visit one of our 24-hour pharmacies. You're even protected from harmful drug interactions by our LifeCheck computer. Yes, Harco is now Rite Aid. Your drugstore just got better.
Melanie Hansen on carpet and why she cleans it with Stanley Steamer.
Between the things we do at home and the play groups and school, I need a carpet cleaner that knows our time is just as valuable as theirs.
Some carpet cleaners have you wait all day, but Stanley Steamer schedules arrival times at your convenience. Call them today, they'll clean today. That's same-day service.
Stanley Steamer makes you feel right at home.
Call about our $79.95 specials on carpet and upholstery cleaning and say you saw it on WTVY TV.
The A-Team has landed, and they're back for good with the open door policy at Southland Quality Homes in Dothan. Our houses are always open for no-pressure shopping. Starting in sales, Preston Payne, Helen Brigman, Pat Holder, Terry Sellers, Roger Hall, Mackie Sellers, and Office Manager Teresa York. The A-Team. See them today at Southland Quality Homes, 5125 Montgomery Highway, Dothan.
If you see news happening in your hometown, dial *4 on your Bell South Mobility phone. WTVY TV, your hometown news leader.
And good afternoon again, everyone. Here's a look at tonight's forecast. Mostly clear but chilly, light variable wind. Our low should be about 36. That, of course, is much better than those mid-20s that you experienced last night. Here's the surface map. High pressure still dominating the weather across the tri-state area. That will continue for most of the weekend. This high, in fact, will begin to move a little bit to the east. As that occurs, temperatures will be allowed to warm up somewhat. High pressure turns clockwise, so it'll pull the warmer air off the Gulf back into our region, and we should be getting back to normal as far as the temperatures are concerned. A few showers this afternoon along the Texas Gulf Coast. Not any effect on us. As we put the clouds into motion, you can see where that moisture is located. Actually, the high pressure is responsible for the showers and the clouds, the clockwise circulation, pulling this moisture in from the Gulf and sort of riding along the Texas Gulf Coast. And we've seen a number of showers, even some thunderstorms there, pretty much all night and all day today. So South Texas really getting pounded by these showers and thunderstorms. There's the radar summary and the satellite picture. See the activity located right here, nice and clear across the tri-state area. We have snow up across the Great Lakes and the extreme northern plains. And then back to the west, we're watching all of this shower activity here. This moisture is moving our way. It will, over the next couple of days, slip down into the western Gulf, and then it's going to move through our area. That's not good news, because that means rain for the beginning of the week. Doppler radar is nice and clear. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and mild. The high is 68, maybe even 70 for some of you. And here's the surface map. The high pressure continues to dominate our weather. However, you see changes on the way right here as this huge mass of rain. Several areas of low pressure begin to move our way. All of this is going to slip down into the Gulf and lift to the northeast. That's not good news. That means a significant rain event for the beginning of the week. Tonight's lows in the 30s. Tomorrow's highs will be in the 60s to low 70s. Here's the extended forecast. Doesn't look too promising. I'd really rather not even talk about it. A few clouds around on Sunday. Maybe a shower then late in the day. The high ridge about 64. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday don't look too good. We'll have showers and thunderstorms, particularly on Monday and Tuesday, and then we may begin to dry out a little bit on Wednesday, but still we could see some lingering showers. Temperature's pretty mild. And here's today's weather picture. This is from Irel Suva. Irel is 10 years old. She attends Bonifay Elementary School, and I like that. That's the kind of weekend we expect to have, and we'd like to have one of those every weekend.
We really would.
Yep.
And you have a nice weekend.
Thank you very much. Oh, and don't forget the Rattlesnake Rodeo is coming up tomorrow. On Sunday.
Okay, we'll do that. Thanks a lot.
All right.
The hills are alive once again, but this time It's on stage. That story when we come back.
McDonald's filet of fish is back with a 33% bigger filet, golden crisp, tender, and flaky, and only at one place. Did somebody say McDonald's?
McDonald's filet of fish is back, bigger and better than ever. Get yours for just $1.29.
It's time to discover cars and trucks you may not have thought about before. The 1998 Oldsmobiles at Discover Days. Consider the Aurora, the only domestic luxury car named a Best Buy 3 years straight by Consumer's Digest. An automobile whose dramatic styling is matched by a powerful V8. Discover it yourself with a limited time offer of 1.9 financing. Discover Days with incredible 1.9 financing on all Oldsmobiles at your local Oldsmobile dealer now.
If I ran a bake, I'd find a way to reward my customers. You know, show them that I care. After all, where people bake is their prerogative. People just need to know they really matter. I'd also have donuts. Lots and lots of donuts. That's what I'd do.
Finding ways to reward our customers really is this simple. At Compass, we've got a way to lower your home equity rate to prime and give you free checking, all for the life of your line. Compass Bank. Where there's Compass, there's a way.
Well, the South loves trucks, it's all there is to it. For work or play, just get out and do it.
The truck stop of the new South.
The new Dodge.
The truck stop of the new South.
Dodge Dakota has a new surprise for the new South. A low $169 a month lease. Add air at no extra charge, and it's no surprise why Dodge Dakota is a Southern sensation.
The truck stop of the new South.
The truck stop of the new South.
Here's a great breakfast value we cooked up just for you. Join us at McDonald's, and we'll treat you to a delicious sausage biscuit and hash browns for just 99 cents. Where do you get breakfast hot and fresh?
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Well, some of our favorite things are back on Broadway. The musical that captured the Tony Award almost 40 years ago is returning to enchant audiences once again. The revival adds 2 new songs to the old standards and stars Rebecca Luker as the famous nun Nanny and songstress, and you know that musical. It's a classical. That's our time with you for your first news at 5. We do want to thank you for yours. More coverage from your hometown news leader comes your way at 6. In the meantime, the CBS Evening News is next. I'm Reginald Jones. For all of us here at WTVY, have a super weekend. We'll see you back here Monday. Good night.
Figure in the case, White House volunteer Kathleen Willey has told CBS News 60 Minutes correspondent Ed Bradley that President Clinton did make unwanted sexual advances toward her in his study adjacent to the Oval Office in November of 1993. And she says that is what she told the grand jury this week. Ed Bradley's here and has the details. Ed?
Bob, Kathleen Willey was an active Clinton supporter and fundraiser, and after Bill Clinton was elected president, she worked in the White House as a volunteer. In November of 1993, she learned that her husband had embezzled money from his clients and that financially he was in deep trouble. She needed a job and arranged an appointment with the president in the Oval Office to ask for help. When I talked to Kathleen Willey yesterday, she told me the president took her into a study where she told him she had to give up her work as a volunteer and she needed a paying job at the White House. She says Mr. Clinton put his arms around her, consoled her, hugged her, and then kissed her on the lips. Mrs. Willey said the president then fondled her breasts, told her he had wanted to do this ever since he first laid eyes on her, and then placed her hand on his crotch. Mrs. Willey said she pushed away from the president and said, "I think I better go." Outside the Oval Office, she ran into Linda Tripp and told her what had happened. Kathleen Willey also said efforts were made to intimidate her. She feels others familiar with her story were pressured and intimidated. And she said if the president said under oath that he did not make a sexual advance, then he is lying. Bob, Kathleen Willey went before the grand jury in Washington this week with the Office of the Independent Counsel. She also was subpoenaed and testified in the Paula Jones lawsuit.
This is very strong stuff, Ed. Is Kathleen Willey going to come across as believable?
She tells her story in a very straightforward way. She does not hesitate. She's not an emotional person, but there is an emotion and feeling there. She comes across as a credible person. I think the grand jury listened to her, and they will make up their minds whether they believe it, and I think the American people can watch Sunday night and see if they believe it.
Now, the president says he was trying to comfort her in the deposition he made. Did she take that as In any way is his trying to comfort her?
Now, I asked her if this was an accidental grazing of her breast, and she said no, and she repeated what she said, that he said, "I've wanted to do this ever since I first laid eyes on you."
Okay. Thank you, Ed. And a reminder, of course, you can see Ed's complete report and the complete interview with Kathleen Willey this Sunday evening at 7, 6 Central Time on 60 Minutes. On a related front, the White House came under heavy fire today from lawyers representing Paula Jones in her sexual harassment lawsuit against the president. They released volumes of documents detailing some nasty allegations that directly contradict Mr. Clinton's claims. Phil Jones now with that part of the story. Phil?
Bob, it appears everything Kathleen Willey has told Ed Bradley is included in these 700 pages filed today in the Paula Jones lawsuit. Jones's lawyers have written to the judge to argue that her sexual harassment case against President Clinton should not be thrown out. It's full of lurid allegations going all the way back to Bill Clinton's days as governor. But the biggest potential problem for Mr. Clinton, the numerous allegations of obstruction of justice, of people allegedly being urged to lie or cover up for the president, according to Donovan Campbell, Jones's lawyer.
There's been a vast suppression of evidence and obstruction of justice attempt in this case on the part of defendant.
The Kathleen Willey case also plays a prominent role in Paula Jones's lawsuit. Willey confirms under oath the story of the president's sexual advances, and Jones's lawyers characterize the encounter as a sexual assault. And for the first time in her own declaration, Monica Lewinsky denies having a sexual relationship with the president. But also in black and white is Linda Tripp, under oath, describing in detail how Lewinsky told her that she did indeed have a sexual relationship with the president and that Lewinsky told her to lie about it. In the document, there are 10 specific instances of alleged attempts to suppress evidence regarding the alleged sexual affairs. This, lawyers claim, is the pattern of obstruction of justice. As far as the Paula Jones allegations, there are accounts from other women who claim Jones told them about the incident with then Governor Clinton shortly after it happened in a Little Rock hotel room in 1991. Jones claims she was sexually harassed and that she suffered professional and emotional damages. The court papers mentioned 5 other women who allegedly had wanted or unwanted relations with Bill Clinton. Jones's lawyers are trying to prove that Mr. Clinton had a pattern of offering jobs for sex or silence. What now? The president's lawyers will have about a week to respond, and then the federal judge in Little Rock is expected to take about a month to decide whether this case should be thrown out or go to trial at the end of May as scheduled. Bob?
Thank you very much, Phil. The president's lawyer reacted to all of this today, but they didn't say much about it at the White House, and with good reason. Scott Pelley's there now with more about that. Scott?
Bob, sources tell CBS News that prosecutors are now building a perjury case against the president based on the testimony of Kathleen Willey before the grand jury earlier this week. CBS News is told that Willey did, in fact, repeat her allegations under oath to the grand jury, and those allegations flatly contradict what the president said in his sworn deposition. When the president arrived for his deposition in January, he was not prepared to be questioned so closely on his contacts with a variety of women. The president was asked, "Mr. President, did Kathleen Willey ever give you permission to touch her breasts?" Answer, "No, I never asked and I never did." Question, "And you're aware that she testified that you took her hand and put it on your penis?" Answer, "I am aware of that." You deny that testimony? I emphatically deny it. It did not happen. On Lewinsky, question, "Did you have an extramarital sexual affair with Monica Lewinsky?" No. If she told someone that she had a sexual affair with you, would that be a lie? It's certainly not the truth. It would not be the truth. As the documents were released, Mr. Clinton was leaving Washington for a weekend at Camp David. He would not comment. When asked if Mr. Clinton dreaded this day, his spokesman said, "He is a human being. He has human reactions." Late today, the president's lawyers rallied to his defense.
Nothing has been proven yet. And, hold your fire. There is no proof. Let's not assume any of these allegations are true.
A source familiar with her testimony tells CBS News tonight, quote, "If Willey is telling the truth, then the president has committed perjury. That is a high crime and an impeachable offense, end quote. Bob?
Thank you very much, Scott. By the way, we're expecting a verdict, and we'll have a report in just a minute on that sexual harassment court-martial involving the top enlisted man in the Army, Sergeant McKinney. That when we come back.
I use a shampoo every day, but my scalp still itches like crazy.
You need Scalpicin. It's made especially for deep scalp itch, the itch you can't wash away. Scalpicin is not a shampoo. It's a clear liquid you don't wash out like shampoo. Use Scalpicin anytime for deep scalp itch relief with medication not found in the leading shampoos. Scalpicin gets to the root of the itch, starts working instantly.
The itch is gone.
Scalpicin, the scalp medication for deep scalp itch.
I'm already a winner. My cat's getting a platinum card, and this is disgusting. You know why these come-ons all seem the same? Because they are. You want to know an exciting? See a Pontiac dealer. It's closer than you think. Here, watch this.
Hey, your Pontiac dealer has a great selection of the new and exciting. And with 1.9% APR GMAC financing for up to 36 months, now's the time to drive home the excitement. Don't settle for the same old. See the nice folks at Pontiac.
Do not adjust your TV. Only your thinking.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. It's gonna be huge. This is gonna be huge.
It's the bargain of the month from Coast to Coast, Superstar, and True Value. This month there's lots to cheer about with a 6-outlet power strip, a Rubbermaid trash can with wheels and a locking lid, or a 1-gallon gas can.
Go, baby. Go, baby. Go, baby. I told you it was gonna be a gas can. You got the gift. Thank you.
Bargain of the month. It's a very, very big deal.
Yeah.
A new chapter tonight in the long-running saga of the Kennedy family of Massachusetts. Congressman Joe Kennedy, son of the late Senator Robert Kennedy, surprised the political world by saying he will not run for re-election. Eric Ingberg has our report.
Hey, terrific. How you doing?
He was the first of the young Kennedys to win public office and seemed headed for a permanent career in the family business, politics. But Robert Kennedy's oldest son was, in the last year, embroiled in messy family controversies that hurt his standing with the voters.
So very sorry.
Then came another Kennedy tragedy, the death of his brother Michael in a skiing accident. That death clearly influenced his decision to leave Congress.
This last year has brought me a new recognition of our own individual vulnerabilities and the vagaries of life.
Kennedy abandoned plans to run for Massachusetts governor after his ex-wife wrote a book charging he forced her into an annulment. He will now run a private nonprofit organization, leaving 3 Kennedys still in politics. Uncle Edward in the Senate, Cousin Patrick in the House, and Sister Kathleen, Lieutenant Governor of Maryland. Kennedy said he might one day return to politics himself. Eric Engberg, CBS News, Washington.
You have a nice day. Thanks.
American Olympic skiing champion Peekaboo Street is spending Friday the 13th in a hospital in Switzerland. Street fell today in the last World Cup downhill race of the season and broke her left leg. Her doctor said it'll be many months now before she skis again. Street won a gold medal in Nagano only a year after tearing knee ligaments in the same leg. In this country, a federal health advisory panel today refused, at least for now, to recommend FDA approval for a new diet drug called Xenical. While other diet drugs suppress appetite in the brain, this one works in the stomach to limit absorbing fat. Xenical is controversial because some studies have found it is a breast cancer risk. Side effects can also include an upset stomach. The FDA today did approve this portable ultrasound machine to help diagnose osteoporosis, a serious bone-thinning disease that affects millions of older women. The machine simply transmits sound waves through the heel of a patient's foot. The results are ready in just 10 seconds. And in the CBS News Market Watch, all quiet on the inflation front. Wholesale prices are down for the 4th straight month. USA Today reports American family publishers will pay more than 30 states $50,000 each to settle a deceptive advertising case, and financier Carl Icahn is offering to buy the new Pan Am, now grounded in Chapter 11.
It feels strong and dependable.
yet refreshing. Fix-It and Fresh, a stronger, longer hold, combined with a cool, crisp sensation. Fix-It and Fresh, and forget it.
Has frequent heartburn been a persistent problem for you? Have you treated it but still suffer on 2 or more days a week? Do you keep getting heartburn even though you've changed your diet? Your heartburn may be due to a potentially serious condition called acid reflux disease. Ask your doctor if Prilosec is right for you. Just 1 Prilosec capsule daily can provide 24-hour acid control. Prilosec is not for everybody. Only your doctor can decide if it's right for you. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. To learn more, call this number, ask your doctor or pharmacist, or see our Life magazine ad. Want 24-hour acid control with just 1 daily capsule? Ask your doctor about Prilosec. Like all Americans, I like big things. Big prairies. Big forests and mountains. Big wheat fields. And everything else.
It's tax time. Find out what the IRS doesn't want you to know. It could mean more money in your pocket. Join Susan Molinari and Russ Mitchell on CBS News Saturday morning.
Tens of thousands of protesters turned out today to call the world's attention to the ethnic problems in the Serbian province of Kosovo. The vast majority of the people in the province are ethnic Albanians, though the province is ruled by Serbia. Serbian police have killed more than 80 people in Kosovo in the last 2 weeks in a crackdown on Albanian separatists. CBS News correspondent Mark Phillips, who's been following the tragic conflict, reports on today's rally.
The multitudes gathered on a hillside in Pristina today, and while they weren't looking for bread and fishes, they were looking for a miracle of sorts.
We want our freedom and independence. Yes.
The Rugova they were chanting for is Ibrahim Rugova, by far the most popular political figure amongst the 9/10 Albanian majority in Kosovo and the United States' current local politician of choice, here being hugged by U.S. Special Envoy Robert Gelbard. But the U.S. does not support Rugova's main demand, and the main demand of the tens of thousands who demonstrated today.
We want our independence, then our Kosovo, because our is Kosovo.
It amounts to a hillside of passion, but what the ethnic Albanians want in Kosovo is what the rest of the world fears most, a country of their own. Moving borders in this part of the world is usually a messy and bloody affair. The rising fervor has already produced blood enough among those killed in the Serb attacks of the past weeks and those who luckily escaped but who are still nursing their wounds. The Albanians are now even less likely to agree to remain under the control of the same Serbs who did this. Today's demonstration was peaceful, but forces may have been unleashed here that those calling for moderation and mediation may not be able to control. Mark Phillips, CBS News, Pristina.
There is new concern tonight about Boris Yeltsin's health. 3 days after he insisted he was in good shape, doctors said the Russian president is out with a respiratory infection. In a symbolic, non-binding resolution, the U.S. Senate voted 93-0 today to brand Iraq's Saddam Hussein a war criminal and call for his indictment, arrest, and trial by a UN tribunal.
What do I want? I want to know I'm headed in the right direction. I want to keep my options open. I do want to take care of my family. I want to give something back. I want to learn, find what's right for me, be ready for anything, make the right choices. I want to find the people who can get me there.
American Express Financial Advisors can help you decide what you want to do and how to get there.
I want to say I made a difference. I want to do more.
In an instant, this woman's life will depend on what she's learned. Would you know what to do? Release your safety belt. Try the windows first. If they don't work, apply pressure to the door. Once enough water has equalized the pressure, it should open. Find more tips on surviving highway emergencies in this book. It's free from Shell. Count on Shell.
From a small clog to a major problem. Next time, call a trained roto-rooter plumber to fix it.
This town counts on me. No time to get slowed down by irregularity. My doctor suggested Metamucil, the only leading brand with 100% natural fiber.
Keeps me regular gently so I can keep up.
Metamucil, the doctor's natural choice for regularity.
Maybe you've never been in an accident, but I bet you've got airbags. And maybe your house has never burned down, but I bet you've got smoke detectors. You're prepared for everything, but I bet you don't have flood insurance. The truth is, homeowners insurance doesn't cover flood damage. Now, flood insurance is easy to get from the National Flood Insurance Program. So call your insurance company agent or this number. Because with floods, you can never say never. The National Flood Insurance Program. We can't replace your memories, but we can help you build new ones.
The madness is coming. The NCAA Basketball Championship continues on CBS.
NASA scrambled today to come up with a new satellite. No, it is not to watch out for asteroid collisions. It's to avoid a political collision with Vice President Al Gore. Gore today proposed a new satellite to carry live pictures of the whole Earth 24 hours a day on the Internet to, in his words, awaken a new generation to the environment. We now have word on that verdict in the Sergeant McKinney court-martial. We're going to David Martin at the Pentagon for that. David?
Dan, Bob, excuse me. The jury of 8 members has found Eugene McKinney not guilty on 18 of the 19 counts against him. However, the one charge they did find him guilty of was obstruction of justice, in which he allegedly called one of the witnesses against him, one of his accusers, and said that she should not tell the investigators anything other than that what they did was fully appropriate. There was a tape recording of that call. It was one of the few pieces of physical evidence, and the jurors apparently chose to believe that and not to believe the conflicting stories that it was simply a case of he said, she said. So the one piece where there was physical evidence, they came back with a verdict of guilty. Now, 5 of the 6 women accusers who accused McKinney of various things from adultery to assault were in the courtroom when the verdict was read. We don't know their reaction yet to that verdict.
So, David, he is found guilty on only one account. There were, what, 19 counts in all?
That's right, 19 counts. The one he is found guilty of, the obstruction of justice, carries a maximum sentence of 5 years. So he could receive now a maximum sentence of 5 years. There will now be a sentencing phase in which the same jury that reached this verdict will reach the sentence, and that will take place on Monday.
That will take place on Monday. So we know he's guilty of one count. We will find out on Monday what the penalty will be.
Well, we'll begin hearing the hearing on what the penalty will be.
All right. Thank you very much, David. We'll be back with Travels with Harry in just a minute.
Fat-free equals healthy, right? I was so wrong. You got to think about sodium, calories. The Healthy Choice takes care of all that. And they have all of our favorites. Oven-roasted turkey, honey ham. It's simple. With Healthy Choice, we eat when we like.
One slice, Tony.
You got it. Oh. 2 extra large pieces. 3 with pepper, 1 with mushrooms, 2 for me.
Bayer relieves the inflammation that can cause arthritis, pain, and stiffness. Tylenol can't. And taken regularly, only Bayer can help save your life by reducing the risk of a second heart attack. Ask your doctor. Bayer, powerful pain relief, and so much more. Also try Extra Strength Bayer PM, the only nighttime aspirin.
I'm 64. Is there anything I can do to stop bone loss?
Absolutely. Here's proof. In a landmark clinical study, Caltrate actually stopped bone loss in women at risk for osteoporosis, whatever your age.
It's never too late for Caltrate.
The magazines tell you to be a size 4. They tell you to be 10 years younger. They tell you to look like her. Don't listen to the magazines. Women's Ultra Mega Multiple Vitamins from General Nutrition Centers contain calcium, folic acid, and other vitamins, minerals, and herbs that love your body the way it is. Those magazines have no idea what they're talking about. Women's Ultra Mega Multiple Vitamins, exclusively in the women's section at GNC. Live well.
They don't drive yet, but they drive nearly everything we do. Heading out, picking up, dropping off, and hurrying home, only to do it all over again tomorrow. And in between all the starts and stops, we ask ourselves, are they safe, secure? Are they having a good time? Delivering cars and trucks that people count on is what makes us General Motors. Delivering them in more ways than anyone else in the world is what makes us people in motion.
If you are the superstitious type, you might want to check the sky and the calendar. In a rare occurrence, there is a full moon on Friday the 13th. So watch it. Something else rather unusual beneath the moon and just above the earth. In his travels with Harry tonight, CBS News correspondent Harry Smith encountered an American icon most Americans have never seen.
As the sun breaks over the Mississippi River bluffs in Wabasha, Minnesota, you see eagles in the sky. Not just one or two, but bird after bird. At times it seems they're everywhere you look. Some are perched in trees. Others pluck fish from the river. It's the kind of natural display that quickens the heart and makes you smile with wonder.
Hundreds of bald eagles spend the winter in Wabasha. The fishing on the Mississippi is good because the river doesn't freeze over here. And March is the best time to see them, before many of the birds migrate north.
I mean, every 100 yards, there's another couple eagles. Ed Passy has lived on the river for 58 years. He took us on a backwater tour. We saw bald eagles, all right. The juveniles are dark and spotted. The grown-ups look like this, with wings up to 8 feet across. Floating through Catfish Slough, we came upon a nest. That mass of sticks is the size of a small car. It'll be home to 2 or 3 eaglets come spring. Hard to believe when not so many years ago, the eagles were almost gone. So you remember when there weren't so many eagles around here?
I remember in the 40s, Harry, when you couldn't see an eagle. Probably you were very fortunate to see one.
Oh, I see one. Straight ahead.
Kids today don't know how lucky they are.
Oh, look at him! Look at him! He's right over us. Look! Oh, he's doing something cool.
When they come to Wabasha to see the birds, Mary Rivers explains how now banned toxins like DDT had poisoned the fish the birds feed on. There were fewer than 450 nesting pairs in the lower 48 states when the bald eagle was an endangered species. As the poisons disappeared, the birds began to flourish.
We'd like people to come here and learn about their national symbol. We'd like them to know about the bird that represents this country.